Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through my December wrap up. I didn't read too much this month. I think near the end I started to get into a little bit of a slump, but that's okay. I've got my summaries next to me as always and my bookly stats, and with that let's get right on to the video. First up was Can You Take It by S.C. Arlett. I'm not 100% sure. 487 pages read. Total reading time was 7 hours and 33 minutes. Reading speed in pages per hour was 63.8. Most pages read in a day was 317, and most minutes in a day read was 254. Now, I've got my little summary. My full reviews are on my Instagram, which I'll link down below if you want to read my lengthy reviews, but this is just a little paragraph that I tried to summarise as best as I could to really show what I thought about it, but I'm not that good at summarising, so if you do want a more in-depth review, go to my Instagram. This book is an intriguing read with well-developed characters but uneven pacing and unclear writing style. The author creates a vivid world and sets the stage for events, but I couldn't connect with it or any of the characters. I also didn't like the writing style. It was repetitive and unclear in some parts. Despite all that, I was still intrigued to finish the whole book, and I'm glad I did because it was good, especially the twist. But overall, I did like the book. It's just unfortunate that I didn't connect with it, which is why it's a 3-star rating. I just remember reading it and it was like something was mentioned and then mentioned and then mentioned. It was really, really repetitive and unclear at times, and sometimes I was like, what? Huh? Like, I don't know if that's just a me problem and I was just confused, but it was just unclear basically. Still a really good book. I still really did enjoy it. It just didn't give me that 4 or 5-star feeling, unfortunately, but still good. I will still recommend it. It's a good book, and I liked the tropes and all that. I'm not going to say them here in case you don't want spoils, but it will be on my Instagram in the review, so just beware if you do go ahead to look at the full review. The tropes are on there, and that could be a spoiler for you, so just be warned. Next up is The Witch is Back by Sophie H. Morgan. This was 378 pages read. Total reading time was 6 hours and 58 minutes. Reading speed in pages per hour was 54.1. Most pages read in a day was 233, and most minutes read in a day was 118. I'll get to my summary first and I'll try to branch out more of my thoughts. This was a decent read. The premise is intriguing, but I found it kind of slow in places and found myself losing interest in some parts. I liked some of the characters, but I didn't have a favourite. I don't feel like their motivations or backstories were fully explored, which left them feeling somewhat flat. The plot is engaging in some parts, but it was also uneven. This would have been 2 stars, but when I read this I was really ill, so I didn't know if I was just really not liking the book or because I was ill I couldn't enjoy it. It was alright, like it would have been 2 stars as I said, but I gave it an extra star just in case it was more of a me being ill, not I didn't like the book. I don't know, I just found myself like really bored a lot of the times, and I didn't want to DNF it because it was only my 2nd book of the month, so I was like, no, I can't DNF this early in the month. I want to stick to it. I wanted to read like most of my TBR this month. I didn't, by the way, spoiler alert, I didn't. But I really wanted to like it, and I couldn't tell if I was just so ill that I couldn't enjoy it, or if it just wasn't that good to me. So unfortunately, this was supposed to be a 2-star, but I gave it a little bit of grace just in case, so it ended up being 3 stars. It's alright. It's kind of in the middle, sort of, I guess, but really unfortunate because I typically like witchy books, and I don't know, I really wanted to like this. Maybe I'll give it another chance in like maybe next year, maybe, just to see if it was because I was ill. I'm not 100% sure, but we will see, I guess. Next up was Good Girl by M. Violet. This was 100 pages. Total reading time was 1 hour and 37 minutes. Reading speed in pages per hour was 61. Most pages read in a day was, it says 99, but it was obviously 100 because I read it in one sitting. And most minutes read in a day was 97. As you can see already, it was 2 stars. I'll get into that now. I didn't do a review on Instagram because I just didn't see any point of doing it. My review is not very long at all, and it wasn't really, I felt bad, but I don't really think it was worth doing a full review because I just had nothing to say really. But anyway, let's get on to my summary. I don't have much to say about this as it was a very short book and I didn't like it much. I know it's a dark romance, but there was practically no story, just straight smut. I would have preferred if there was more to it, but it was just smutty scenes and just smut everywhere. So I just ended up not liking it much at all. I felt bad only giving it 1 star, so I gave it an extra. And I'm trying to rate better, and I'll start that next year. I need to stop feeling bad and actually give my proper star rating, which I am getting better at. For the most part, I rate all of my books exactly how I want to rate them, but I felt really bad just giving it 1 star because I love dark romance. It's one of my favourite genres, but I need there to be stories. I need there to be more depth, more character development, more things happening other than just smut, because that's practically what it was. It was just a book full of just smut, barely any story, just smut. So I probably should have given it 1 star and stuck with my gut, but I feel so bad giving books like really low reviews. I need to get better at that, and it's going to be one of my 2025 goals to give books my gut instinct rating, no matter what. I can't be giving them extra little stars just because I feel bad or whatever. I need to crack down on my rating and actually do it properly. So I'm going to start doing that. But anyway, it was, I don't know, there needs to be more stories to it. I can't just sit there and read a whole smut book, because at that point it's more of like a, I don't know, I can say it on YouTube, but you know what I'm trying to put down. It is a book, it is reading, I agree with all of that, but there needs to be more into it, more story, more action, suspense, thrilling, romance, I don't know, something else basically. Next up is Embracing the Dark Side by MC Rivera. This was 346 pages read. Total reading time was 6 hours and 49 minutes. Reading speed in pages per hour was 50.3. Most pages read in a day was 142, and most minutes read in a day was 165. I love this. This is the second book to the Morozov, I can't pronounce that very well, but Morozov Mafia series, and it was incredible. I read the first one this year and oh my god, was it good. And this one, oh my god, is it good. I loved it so much. So this book is a masterpiece that deserves a 5-star rating due to its intricate plot, filled with violence, mafia, betrayal, lust and so much more. The well-developed characters, particularly Jolie, are captivating and immersive. Jolie's strength and openness, as well as the courage, makes her, I'm stumbling a lot today, makes her my favourite character. I do like Adric as well, especially the way he will do anything to protect the ones he loves. The author's writing style is captivating and immersive, which allows you to fully immerse yourself into the story. The twist will keep you at the edge of your seat, literally gobsmacked like I was, and I am very, very excited for the next book. Like, I'm so excited. I have loved this series so far, and there's only 2 books at the moment. 2 like main story books. There are more of the whole universe, but I've only read The Dark Side and Embracing the Dark Side. Both incredible. I highly recommend you read them. They're so good. Obviously, as you can see, it was a 5-star rating, as I already said anyway. I loved it. It was so good. The next book was The Broken Queen by Harper Ray. This was 282 pages read. Total reading time was 5 hours and 39 minutes. Reading speed in pages per hour was 49.4. Most pages read in a day was 215, and most minutes read in a day was 254. I really did like this. It was a really good book. I will get into my summary. The author creates a captivating world with a well-crafted plot and twists that keep you on the edge of your seat. My favourite character, Raven, is a complex character that goes through so much trauma but still manages to put on a brave face for her daughter. Raven also has significant growth throughout the book that I absolutely loved. However, the ending is why it's not a full 5 stars. I can't say much about spoiling, but it's just so cliche, it's overdone, and it completely ruins the 5-star feeling I did have for this book. So that is why it's a 4 stars. But other than that that one reason, I loved it. I really, really loved it. It was just really unfortunate that it had to end in the way it did, because it really completely and utterly ruined the 5-star rating I had planned for it. But can't win everything, you know. But yeah, if you've read it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. It's so cliche, it's overdone, it's overused, and I'm just tired of that ending, to be honest. But there you are. Next is Academy of Villains by Eva King. 448 pages read. Total reading time was 6 hours and 50 minutes. Reading speed in pages per hour was 65. Most pages read in a day was 332, and most minutes read in a day was 287. I really like this one as well. It was so good. My summary. The author creates a captivating world of magic through an academy training mages in various subjects. The characters are well developed, each of their unique personalities and backstories. My favourite character was Kiara, partly because one of my cats is called Kiara, but also because of her strength, determination and courage. She powers on like a boss bee. I don't know if I can swear on YouTube, so I won't. Going from a mundane assassin to a mage. And yeah, I really liked it. I did feel like the pacing was uneven and slow, but despite this, the strengths far outweigh the weaknesses. Such a good book. I highly recommend it. I think it's going to be a series because it's an Academy of Villains, so I'm assuming there's going to be more books, and I'm very excited for them because I am going to be reading them. I really, really liked it. I've read this quite quickly. As you can see, 21st of December to the 23rd. I realise I haven't done any of the other books, but oh well. But yeah, 4 stars, so good. It just was a bit uneven and a bit slow, but other than that, I loved it. And now we're on to the last book I read in 2024, which was Book People by Jackie Ashenden, I'm not sure. Pages read was 352. Total reading time was 6 hours and 3 minutes. Reading speed in pages per hour was 57.5. Most pages read in a day was 159, and most minutes read in a day was 138. I really, really enjoyed this. It was a good ending to 2024. And I'll get more into that in my summary. This book is a charming and enjoyable read, ending 2024 with a grumpy time sunshine romance. The characters, Kate and Sebastian, are well developed and have unique backstories and motivations. The slow burn romance is very slow, and I get it, it's in the name, but I feel like some slow burn romances are too slow to the point where they're just dragging it on. So for me, it was just that little bit too slow. The premise revolves around rivalry between two people who own bookshops opposite each other, leading to window display wars and general pettiness between the grumpy, broody, insufferable at first main male character and the cute, funny, bright and happy female main character. Despite some predictable moments, the book is a cosy and cutesy read. So yeah, I did really like it. It was just very, very slow. Too slow. And it was just uneven for me. I did like the characters. And as I said, Sebastian was quite insufferable at first. And I know he's like the grumpy one, but I don't know. It just got on my nerves for the vast majority of the book. But then I started to love him, of course, as that always happens. Or at least for me in Grumpy Time Sunshine tropes. But it was a really nice and cute read. Like a cozy, just relaxing. You don't have to like cram so much world building into your head like you do with fantasies. It was just a nice way to end 2024. Especially since I was starting to get into a slump, which is why this took me quite long to read. I don't usually read like a short book. Like, I don't take that long to read a short book. Like, what, 5 days I think that is? I think 24, yeah, 5-6 days roughly. I usually read those kind of short books in a couple of days, so I definitely feel like I was starting to get into a slump. But I powered through because I really did enjoy it. I really liked it and I wanted to finish it, and I'm glad I did because it was a really cute ending, so I'm happy that I powered through. And that brings me to the end of my wrap up. I thought I would also just quickly add in my 2025 goals because I don't really have many. So let's start off with the more bookish ones, which is I want to read 110 books. I know I far surpassed that this year with 126, but I don't want to aim too high and then be disappointed. So I'm going to go with 110. If I hit it, great. If I surpass it, great. If I don't, that's okay too. I just don't want to disappoint myself. I want to read 50,000 pages. I know this year I read 44,000 something pages altogether. So I want to try to just do it a little bit higher, not too much, but just that little bit more. But we will see. So those are basically my main bookish goals. Of course, I also want to try to rate my books better. My gut instinct rating. No giving extra stars because I feel bad. I need to properly do it and actually, you know, like all the like other reviews are completely, honestly, 100% honest. But the ones where are more like lower ratings, that's when I kind of feel bad. So I just give it that little bit extra because if the author sees it, I don't want to upset them. Because I never say anything mean in my reviews, but I don't know if a low star rating, how badly that affects them. I just end up feeling bad. But anyway, I need to get better at that. I also want to hit like some goals and for my followers on my socials and my subscriptions on YouTube. So for YouTube, I want to hit 50 subscribers by September 2025. So I would greatly appreciate if you could help that out and join my little family of subscribers, because I've really enjoyed being a YouTuber so far. I started September this year and I really do like it. It's fun, it's new, I'm learning as I go. So I would greatly appreciate if you could subscribe and join me on my YouTube book journey. I want to hit 2,000 followers on Instagram. I don't mind when, just at some point in 2025 I want to hit 2,000 followers on Instagram, and I also want to hit 2,000 followers on TikTok. Again, at any point in 2025 I'm fine with. So if you would like to help me in any way, I will link my socials down below, and please give me a follow, and I will try to follow back. I will try to keep an eye on my followers and make sure I follow back everyone that follows me. But yeah, those are pretty much all my goals. I don't really have any other goals. I don't typically set myself like New Year's resolutions because I know I won't do it. But these ones are more like goals. Things I can achieve to do it. If I don't, it's okay. You know? So yeah, those are my goals of 2025. And that is the end of my video. I cannot believe it already at the end of 2024 and going into 2025. The year goes quicker every single year. It has to, because I can't believe we're already here. But thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I post, and I'll see you in the next video.